As of this video, a couple weeks ago, I learned a rumor that Gibson might actually be recreating the V and the Explorer in Korina again. And it's really just a re-release of the 58 models, if I'm correct. I was super excited finding this out because I'm a huge fan of Korina wood. There's hardly any guitars that are made of Korina. And I like to get a hold of them if I can from time to time. So I just anticipated, okay, they're probably going to be made in the custom shop and they're going to be expensive. So I expected like 5-10 grand, which is still a lot of money. But I was actually way off. They're going to be 20 and 30 grand. The V is going to be 20,000 and then the Explorer is going to be 30,000. They're technically not even brand new guitars. They are straight from the custom shop, but they're going to be distressed and relicked. So some people might like that. I personally wouldn't be a fan of that. And I'm opted out. Like I can't afford that. Like many of us probably can't afford that. This is a thing that Gibson does, it seems. They alienate a good chunk of the population that probably would love their guitars but can't afford them. There's a difference between spending 3 grand, 4 or 5, maybe 6 on a custom shop that's pretty much normal spec. Maybe you get something here or there. That's pretty reasonable from a custom shop. The problem is, like, once you start getting into the 10, 20, 30 grand for a new guitar, that is really just a small population that are going to buy these instruments. They're probably really limited. I don't blame them for being really limited. They have Brazilian rosewood on them. Isn't that wood endangered from what I heard? I assume maybe it's way more expensive to get. I'm just not seeing 30 grand for an Explorer. Again, I'd see like 10 just because of what it is and the woods that they're getting and whatnot, but 30 grand. It must... I don't fully understand it. There must be some reason, but at the same time, maybe there's not. Maybe they just know that they can get that price because someone's going to buy it. It's reasons like that how I know that I'm still a huge fan of Dean and Jackson and Ernie Ball Music Man. Gibson just thinks that they can charge that much for some of these guitars. It's things like those ridiculously high prices that still turn me off from the brand. Like I'm getting a little more familiar with some of their product, and I own a few of their product now, and I actually enjoy what I have. But it's things like that on the pricing on some of those super limited instruments that just sucks. It's a turnoff. Like, this was a limited of 50. There's only 50 of these in the world. It's a Dean guitar. It's a Dean Dave Mustaine, USA made Korina guitar. And retail, it was only $3,200 for what this is. You even have his signature on the back. Like, he hand signs the guitar. You get a Korina body and neck with an ebony fretboard, pearl shark fin inlays with the little dots, and 24 frets with these Seymour Duncan pickups. Like, this is spec that I really want. You're still not going to get that with the Gibson V. Like, it's just going to have this Brazilian rosewood. It's going to have 22 frets. The body's going to be, I guess, like to original spec, but it's going to be fat. It's going to be kind of hard to reach the higher frets, but that's what it was back then. This is more of a modern guitar. I rarely see guitar companies use Korina for bodies and necks. I was just hoping that maybe they would actually start doing a production line of Vs and Explorers again, but no, they're just doing custom shop. I didn't make this video just to bitch. Like, I was genuinely excited to see like a new Korina V and a new Korina Explorer. They never show up. I thought they were gonna make like a production run too, where it's just a normal spec, you know, like they could have a rosewood fretboard, hopefully ebony, but they probably won't. Rosewood fretboard probably. It doesn't have to be Brazilian. It could just be some sort of rosewood that's fairly priced, and make it a production model that's, you know, in the $3,000 range, you know, 2,500. That'd be great. You know, a lot more people would be able to get a hold of these guitars. I don't know. I just get conflicted appreciating the brand when they do things like this, but you know, it's in their right. There's probably some reason why they're expensive. I'm not seeing 30 grand for one Explorer. Again, like I'm used to seeing, you know, guitars like that, like for 5, 10 grand if it's like a super custom, like that Jimi Hendrix. It's a $10,000 V, but it's a recreation of Jimi Hendrix V. So it's still expensive, but I see why. Okay, sure, 10 grand. All right. I'm not buying it. Someone is.